The rhythmic beat of the dance music which accompanied Scotland's captain's run training session on Friday and Finn Russell's typically relaxed demeanour suggested there was no panic in Gregor Townsend's camp ahead of their crunch Six Nations opener with Wales. But the visitors' late change of heart to close the Principality Stadium roof for Saturday's game, after they had initially requested it be left open, did point to a degree of Scottish confusion. Scotland claimed their roof reversal came about after a change in the predicted weather. But the truth is the forecast for Saturday has been wet all week. The change has to be considered then as somewhat bizarre. Russell, Scotland's captain and maverick fly half, unsurprisingly refuted that suggestion on the eve of kick-off, but it is clear his team has shown a semblance of if not doubt, then at the very least some muddled thinking with their approach. For me personally it doesn't change too much, said Russell. I played for Racing 92 for 5 years and they have an indoor stadium. It makes for a free-flowing, exciting game. I think the atmosphere in this stadium is one of the best in the world. When the Welsh boys pull that red shirt on they play differently to their clubs. It's a massive challenge for us to come here and win. Asked if they had given Wales a psychological advantage with their roof change, Russell said, "No, I wouldn't say so. The weather changed through the week so that's why the roof's now shut. Yes, it might be a bit louder but it'll be the same for both teams." If it's a loud crowd against us we've got to embrace it. It's up to Gregor and the coaches. It's not really a discussion for us. It'll still get greasy and quite humid so the conditions will be quite similar whether the roof is open or closed. Maybe the rain is better. Wet or dry, roof open or closed, it shouldn't matter really. Because the reality is that conditions or atmosphere put to one side, Scotland really should and must win this game. History is against them. They haven't won in Cardiff since 2002 when their head coach Townsend was fly half. But all the present signs point to a Scottish win. The Wales side that will take to the field Saturday is one of the weakest the country has fielded in the Six Nations in the last decade. That might seem cruel on the participants. But it is true. Wales do have hope in that Scotland are a nation who never seem to cope well with the tag of favouritism, and perhaps Warren Gatland's side can prey on some doubt their opposition have shown over the roof. But anything other than a Scottish win will be considered a huge shock. Wales' preference is to play with the roof closed. Their boss Gatland had said Townsend's initial decision to keep it open was strange and disappointing. Adam Beard, the Wales lock, said the change would be massive for his team. The buzz, the noise and everything about it is unbelievable. That feeling is something you can't really explain, he said of an enclosed Principality stadium. It's that feeling of passion and pride you get from the crowd. It's like having an extra man out on the field. The crowd make a massive impact, and the noise and atmosphere is 10 times better having a closed stadium. Can Scotland handle the heat and atmosphere of a Welsh cauldron? Time will tell. They haven't been able to do it for a long time. Russell, who has been in stellar form for Bath this season, said, "This Six Nations there are a few changes with all the teams. We don't know what this Wales team is going to bring. It makes it a different sort of challenge." The hope is for a win, obviously. It's not an easy place to come here, but it's an exciting challenge for us. We all have to bring belief in ourselves. It's not arrogance. We can't take this Welsh team lightly. We've got to have confidence in ourselves, but we've got to start well to take the crowd out of it. I've played here a few times. Quite a few boys haven't, with a full house. Everyone knows sport can change very quickly if the crowd gets into it. With the roof closed, the crowd is something we'll have to mention. Despite Welsh rugby's recent travails, a full house of nearly 75,000 will be present. Eight of Gatland's 23-man squad have never played in the Six Nations before. Fullback Cameron Winnett and replacement forward Alex Mann will make full debuts. Winnett's test bow will be just his 16th game of professional rugby. Asked if a new-look Wales can cause a shock despite losing so many star players to retirement, injury and unavailability, Beard's response was unequivocal. He said, 100%. Definitely. Don't write us off, whether it is new faces or not. When you put on that Welsh jersey, you have got a job to do, and our job is to get a victory over Scotland. Scotland have lost backs Darcy Graham and Blair Kinghorn to injury, but they have the more experienced and more settled side. The absence of George North is also a big blow for Wales. Gatland has 195 caps between his 8 forwards for the start of this Six Nations. By contrast, the pack he fielded at the end of the 2023 championship had more than 600. That shows the huge loss of experience Gatland has had to deal with both before and after last year's quarter-final finish at the World Cup in France.